Wonderful, doing wonderful. Looking forward to today's call.
Do you
If
know
it's the
when
echo,
he'll?
you somebody probably has the phone and the computer or something together. That's probably why there's an echo.
Do you know? I wonder when he's going to post
What's up,
Tuesday.
everyone?
Peace, peace. What up, Dre?
Peace, everyone. Peace.
Did he not post it yet, Shay?
He hasn't posted yet, and yeah, because I checked Rumble every day and I check YouTube. So Tuesdays hasn't been posted yet.
There's this link in the email, the auto reply email. Let me check if it's on there because I think he might put it on the drive if I'm not mistaken. Here, give me 1 second.
I was watching it yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're on the drive.
Here, I'll get the link in the chat. Second round. Oh yeah, someone echoing bad. Who is that? Private Bankers course. He hasn't uploaded it yet. Yeah, looks like it's not on there. The first 4 classes are on the drive, and that link is, I'll post it in the chat right now. It's this link.
Basically, the academy is the 4 classes over and over and over. This is the second round of the first classes.
But these were the last 2 weeks from the beginning of when Creditor Academy started, in those 4 consecutive classes, and then I think we're still waiting on 2 to be uploaded actually, because
no, he has 5 of them uploaded to Rumble.
Okay.
So we just need the 6th one from Tuesday.
I think Tuesdays is uploaded. I downloaded it yesterday.
I watched it yesterday.
The first one is not anywhere to be found publicly.
I'm not too sure then.
If you talk to DW, she'll probably be able to, or even King Richard. There's a few people that can get you the links to the classes. YouTube is definitely not on. I don't even think we should be on YouTube, to tell you the truth.
I don't either, bro. Yeah.
This is a lot of private information, and that's it's very public. And if we keep if it continues to happen, they're just going to attack the platform. That's all.
Yeah, Rumble rarely takes down videos, but YouTube is notorious for it, you know.
Oh, did you check Rumble for that first video?
It looks like the transfer by deed video's up from the course 4. That's the last one that I see. So there's one.
Hey guys, greetings. Hi.
Hello,
I wanted to say that you know, Paul Michael really came on the scene with all this stuff, and now people like Derek Gonzalez.
Can we not be rude? Can we not be rude?
And Legal Bus are now doing private bankers just because
Paul
Michael was first.
Can we not be rude and let the person finish talking?
It's okay. Let's try to not be hostile either. You know, we're all a team here. You know, I understand. It's just, yeah. And Denise, I mean, it seems like it's spreading like wildfire now, huh? I mean, Christina started, and then Paul Michael popped up, and
Right, you guys were talking about the private versus the public, and what I'm saying is, Paul Michael was really the first one. Yeah, Christina too, but about this private banker. So now Derek Gonzalez has a class tonight, and Legal iBus tonight. So there's a lot of stuff, and I think they're following Paul Michael.
Legally Bus is from Chris Hauser. I know that's like his team, and I don't really trust them, to be quite frank.
Well, her point is that people are pilfering the fact that Paul Michael brought the final process forward and is making it completely cohesive and, you know, showing us the whole picture.
And that's what we want,
there
right?
are interlopers that will come and try to rip it off and charge people. So, yeah.
Well, some of these guys have been around for many years, so it's not like a copycat situation. Like Derek Gonzalez, he's been around for years. So it's just, if it's a coincidence that they both are teaching the same things, that's probably more so that, as opposed to like a copycat thing.
And we kind of want that, right?
I disagree because I actually know Derek Gonzalez, and I've known him for years, and I know his MO. So I disagree on that one.
That's what I'm saying, because all of the sudden now these other 2 entities are doing exactly what Paul Michael started.
Yep.
Right, but there's nothing wrong with that, guys.
We want
as many perspectives as you want as many perspectives as possible.
We want this to grow. We want people to be free. There's no like cult-like thing about it, you know, like, oh well, ours is better than yours. Like this is a collective effort, and we don't need the whole divide and conquer thing, you know, like it's
the question. I'm sorry to cut you. The question I would ask though is, were people getting remedy with Gonzalez and all these other people? And if you weren't, and now all of a sudden Paul Michael's on the scene, and they're now getting remedy with those people, they're copying Paul.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, we're all copying Patrick, so
be careful not to take that approach because they want us to all be divided on something. Don't look at it as, oh, he's our leader and they're copying us and this is our tribe. Don't look at it like that.
My only leader is God, but I think we're all here wanting the same thing, and there's other people who are looking for the same thing, but they found it somewhere else first. You know, it's not a we're better than you or like this or that. No. That's when it becomes like starts to become cultish, and not to put that in a mean way, but like we all have to stick together. Like it's no matter if they're in this group or that group, no matter if they're wrong and we're right. If we're doing something better, you know, how many of you have got remedy here? You know, we've only been doing this for 3 weeks. Yeah, so we don't. There's nothing to defend yet. You know,
what we're saying is that Paul Michael just came on, and I'm not knocking Gonzalez, right? We're saying that Paul just came on the scene, and everybody seems to be doing what Paul is doing. I'm not knocking them, and what we're saying is that some of these other gurus, and it's not that we don't want them to have success. People have been paying these people thousands of dollars, and they were promising them. They were promising them remedy, and they couldn't get remedy with them. And all we're saying is, you're right. Paul just started a few weeks, and there's certain things where Paul just cut to the chase. Right? These things I was looking for a very long time. And Paul was like, here you go. And now you're seeing other gurus do it. That's all I'm saying. It's really not about knocking anybody.
Yeah, no, and I'm not knocking you guys either. I just want to like kind of, you know, make sure our hearts are still in the right place. You know, it's not not that I'm calling you bad either, you know. It's just
I got you.
And also the thing with Christina, because Christina has been doing this for 2 months. The difference is that she's just showing her stuff. Like she'll show you the bills and stuff like that. So she's showing you the everyday thing that she did, and from listening strictly to Patrick, and I'm so grateful that I have both Christina and Paul, because of the format that works for my brain, how we all do this.
Right.
And then to have Christina say, look, this is what happened to me. Let me show you what I did. It's sort of like having a friend take you on their journey. So there's a difference. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there because I don't want her to get lost in the shuffle, because to see somebody actually physically do it,
it makes a world of difference.
It makes a world of difference. Yeah. Like when she even though YouTube took it down, when she showed how she walked into the post office.
Yep.
You know, we you know, that gives you a sense of feeling really, that makes you feel confident to walk in as well, you know. So you know, we don't want to, you know, eliminate her. She doesn't want to be a guru. She doesn't want to do consultation. She doesn't want to do stuff like that.
She even said she wasn't expecting it to.
Yeah, she said she only expected 5 people to show up. Yeah. And now she's like overwhelmed.
You know, I saw that video, and I actually like Christine. I watched.
She's so sincere, bro, when she speaks.
The thing is that I've been to the bank to open my estate account, and it's still not open. And that's not truly a process with that. She actually said, the lady said she'll do it. So for example, everyone going to the bank with an estate number and the proper proof of ID and their IRS letter is still not probably going to get it open. The woman did her a favor. I'm not knocking her.
Wait, let's backtrack on that. She stood her ground because she felt that she knew what she was saying and she was not going to leave until it was done. Even though the teller next to her said, I've been here for 30 years and I've never seen that. She explained it and she stood her ground. That's you know, she had her foundation really strong.
Miss Shay, I've got my foundation strong too. I'm
not knocking you. I'm not knocking you.
They've taken it to legal. When legal tells the representative who comes back to you that they're not opening the estate, they've taken there's no death certificate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's even though you know your foundation and you're going back and forth, and legal tells the rep.
Everybody get muted.
Nah, I thought Paul was starting.
We're about to. It looks like they got 4 minutes.
Okay.
But no, yeah, it's all love, guys. You know, and
guys, I never mentioned Christina's name. I love her, and for her to have a baby in NICU and do all that stuff. My only point was that Legal IBUS has been around for a few years, and so has Derek Gonzalez. But now, I'm sorry, there is no timing about it. It's because they're watching Christina and Paul Michael, and now they're trying to teach and profit off of what the private banker. That's my opinion. And yes, we can all get our own information from whatever resources. I'm just saying that it's too much of a coincidence that now Derek Gonzalez and Legal IBUS are now trying to market their version of the private banker.
Yeah.
Well, let's say this, guys. I've never chimed in. Greetings, everybody.
Hi, Carla.
This is BJ, and
hi, BJ.
I've just been listening and watching from afar. There's enough room for everyone. And Derek Gonzalez, in honesty, I have no favorites in any of this, no dog in the hunt. It's nothing new under the sun, regardless of where the source of it comes from. There's nothing new under the sun. And he has had countless successes in court cases of freeing the everyday man and woman from hostage kidnapping situations. And that's just for me following and looking, not participating in there. So there is, I don't really say gurus, but there's a lot of people leading the forefront in this journey. And Paul Michael just happened to be one of them with another fresh perspective, but there's nothing new under the sun. All of this information is available for all of us to go and glean for ourselves and do our reading and research. So all of them bring stuff to the table, and it's enough room for everybody, and nobody's better than anybody. It's just what suits you and how somebody might say it in a more a way, like I say, break down in the least common denominator. I mean, two people could say the same thing, but you receive it from one because of your comprehension of how the words that they selected to say. All of them bring value to the table. Now, I don't agree about with the charging of the fees and all of that, but that's my choice. Everybody has the right to contract, the unlimited right to contract. So
everybody's on an individual basis on top of that. So regardless of who's teaching what,
you pay.
That's
not one person for another. Everything didn't start and begin, and it will not end with Paul Michael. Although I love him and respect him, everybody has been bringing food to the table for the buffet. So it's a buffet. Take what you want and leave the rest.
Well, actually,
hi, this is Carla. I'm sorry, real quick. I want to agree because it's kind of like the whole Jesus and the disciples situation, right? One teaches another and another teaches another, and that's what we all want. We want to change the world and the way that that we're being run, right? So we all have to pitch in and help each other as much as we can, instead of like, and I'm not saying that's necessarily what's happening, but instead of criticizing each other, we should band together, because that's the only way that this is gonna stop and everyone will be free.
I'm gonna share a model that works for me and my team. I was in the military, and on this journey, we have to be iron sharpening iron, and we have to think with one team on one mission. And it might be a million paths to the end of that mission, and you might take a different path. I might go the long way around. Somebody might go the short distance, the least path of least resistance. But at the end, we are one team with one mission, and that is total freedom to live the way we want to, unencumbered.
Good evening, everybody. This is Telly. I got to chime in real quick. Give me 30 seconds, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good afternoon. So look, listen, y'all. Everybody has a different path. The one thing you got to understand is you're holding an instrument. Everybody's trying to get the instrument to work in some kind of a way. Okay, there's a million ways to skin a cat. It's going to be a million different ways you're going to hear this presentation presented from different people. Everybody's walk is not the same. You have some people on here that's trying to get their instrument into a bank and use their instrument to be traded on the market. You have some people in here that's trying to get their instrument into a bank in a trust account and use it as a contract trust account. Everybody is in here on a different path, but you made it here. So here is a place that we can share information. The information is going to be robust. Why? Because everybody is at a different spot right now. Some people are just beginning. Some people are just finding this information. Some people are hearing different names. You got Pat in there. I heard Pat. I'm hearing Dom Kalam. I'm hearing all of these different names. Listen, the thing about it is nobody's teaching the same thing at one time.
Why you yelling? Why you yelling? Calm down. Calm down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got my hands free in. Let me turn my phone down. My phone just might be loud on y'all. Hold on. Here we go.
The mic is really loud, brother. Yeah.
Are you yelling, bro?
Is that better for y'all?
A little bit.
You still yelling?
Is that better for you now?
No.
No, your voice.
Just whisper.
That's just my voice, man. I got a strong voice. I can't do nothing about that. Look, so that's cool. I mean, get your laugh on. Get your laugh on. I really don't mind. Whatever comedy you can find in it. Listen. The point is the point of what I'm saying. I got a quick point. The point of what I'm saying is everybody has a different way that they came into this door to Mr. Paul. If you came in through Pat, if you came in through Dom Kalam, if you came in through whoever you came in through, it's going to be a ton of information up in here and everybody's just kind of throwing it in the bag. That's why I suggested in the first video, some people may hear me give out my email to have a call afterwards where all of the information can be thrown and everybody could kind of ask the questions, that you would need to answer to. Somebody in here might already have taken that step and can help you out. Right? Like there's a gentleman that got with me this morning. He had trust account questions. I sent him everything he needed so that he could take the next step because he was having problems setting it up. So I shot him what he would need and told him what to go in there and say.
Hey, Tully, there's a WhatsApp group that people are asking questions in. So you could
the Telegram.
No, there's a WhatsApp as well.
There's both. Yeah, the Telegram.
Okay, yeah, I have the Telegram. I don't have the WhatsApp though.
Somebody put that in the chat, please.
Yeah, I need both.
I know.
Yeah, you know what I did? I gave out the email and we had like maybe about 15, 16 people in our conference called everybody. And we was on the phone for about 3 hours after that first initial class where I dropped that email. And it was amazing because that's where I really could see that, everybody was kind of at a different starting point or at a different point trying to figure out how to take the next step. Yep. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. We're all here to help. Like, that's at the end of the day, that's going to be the end line. We're all here to help each other. That is the end line and end goal. So, just, man, let's take it easy as a family on each other, and we can help wherever we are, that way it don't feel so hostile off in the class, with everybody trying to get whatever information they're trying to get, because some people are trying to get the information and they need it now for whatever reason,
Hey, Todd, can you drop your email, please? Todd?
Can you take it right now? Can anybody take the email right now? You got a pen?
I got it. I'm ready.
I do.
Yeah, I'll shoot your email too, brother.
All right, Tully, TULLY 540@gmail. If anybody hits me after the class, I'll do a conference call, man. We'll scramble it out, because even where I'm at, I found this and I have made certain steps and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have to revert my steps with my paperwork and rerun my whole thing because I had a different understanding of it. So that's something that I can bring to the class, what I did and where I noticed that I was kind of on Mr. Divine's same page. I have put in some paperwork that paperwork might be older. Here we go.
Hi, Paul.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody.
How you doing, brother?
Fun conversation while I was away. Sorry about the wait. I'm just kind of preparing for today's class. Give me a moment while I set up my recording. Okay. Okay, thank you everybody for showing up today. Today marks the start of our third course where we'll be exploring the final process of Patrick Devine's great work that set himself free. Additionally, we will continue to cover the crucial topic of the performance and the payment bonds, essential knowledge for anyone looking to navigate the monetary system as an individual banker. After today's course, we will continue into our final fourth course, which will be next week, Tuesday. And then after that course, we will start back from the beginning with courses 1 through 4, and we will start into our third quarter classes. It is important to note that while I'm your guide in this course, I am not the originator of this information. The insights we will explore have been brought to light by many great gurus, including Patrick Devine. His tireless research and dedication led him to uncover a remedy for freeing oneself from the monetary system. After 9 years and over 5,560 documents, Patrick Devine discovered the key to liberation in 2016. Then he disappeared and said, "Now it's up to you to set yourselves free." This live 4-day course will cover the final process of Patrick Devine's great works, as well as information from others who helped him along the way. Let's go ahead and begin, but let me also preface that this channel is for entertainment purposes only and not to be taken as legal advice. All right, everybody, we have a lot of stuff to cover today. I want to go ahead and start off with a few things, which is to start off with the latest updates from Creditor Academy. What an amazing week. First of all, I have both my HR administrators in this room right now, DeCarla and Jasmine. Thank you for being here, girls. We have been receiving a great amount of people who have been applying to Creditor Academy. We are now in an upwards of over almost 15 new applicants that we are going to be onboarding, and probably another 20 resumes that we're going to go through. It's amazing to get the response that we have been receiving, and we want to keep it coming. Creditor Academy is not just a national organization. We're an international organization. We just opened up our first satellite location over in the United Kingdom. And then we have Canada and Australia to come along there afterwards. My message to the international people. I've spoken with a number of you that are in Australia, Canada, and the UK, and other parts of Europe. I know that you're looking at America and the kind of the gurus and the talking people on as an example to set yourselves free in your own country. There is a Republic of America that we are operating under. We've been covering a lot of that under Article 4. This process can work for you internationally, but there are different laws that you have to cite and not the American laws for your own republic jurisdiction. If you would like to be a part of Creditor's International Corporation and set up satellite locations all across the country, please email us at hr@creditoracademy.com with your resume. For the Americans, we love it. We have a ton of great new people that we added for different departments. We have our own SEO department for not only our Google ads that will be soon to come up, but also for our website that's in development. We now have a dedicated space on a Facebook page where now all of you can go to one location, to talk and share information with one another. I got to hear some of the conversation. I'm kind of in my own little world when you guys talk, but you guys are exchanging information, and that's a great thing to do. It takes a village to help one another, not just one single individual. So you can find our Facebook page, which is Creditor Academy. Then you go ahead. It's a private page. There will be some questions asked of you. And then you have to be reviewed to be joined. But I really think that's going to be a popular space for people to go ahead and communicate with one another. You can also go to Rumble if any videos are taken off of YouTube, which is in previous experience has been pretty prominent for how YouTube has kind of been putting these videos down. You can find them on Rumble under Creditor Academy as well. The other updates is, I love it, we hired 3 professors this last week to teach our first individual classes. The majority of consultations that I have received is the EINs, okay? That's going to be the first class we're going to be launching next week, and you're going to have your own professor. The ebook, or quarter of the ebook, relaying the EINs, it's finished. It's done. We're making rapid pace with the ebook to put all of Patrick Devine's works in not only a sequential order, but a step-by-step. So then you have a manual to go by. You don't have to look through all 37 through 42 files that are provided to you for the final process. I know that's a lot of information. And what I'm doing is with the ebook is I'm kind of modernizing it. I'm writing my own perspective and my own kind of, break to hopefully, make it a little bit easier for people to understand. And yeah, so more on that for next week for the classes and how to enroll on them. And additionally, we will have the IDs, the badges, and the public identification documents already ready. So then you can go ahead and it'll basically be like a purchase pack. Everything that you would possibly need in one pack sent to you. And then if you follow that pack with the ebook, then there is no mistake. And then additionally from that, if you're like, man, I got the pack, I got the ebook, I feel like I just need a little bit more help, we will have our step-by-step classes with our professors to do. We will start with the EINs because that's your foundational start. Everybody needs to be an individual banker. That is the most important step. Then they will have subsequent classes to go over the non-UCC, show you how to do that, and if you have any questions live, and then it will sequentially go down across Patrick Devine's final process. Okay. That's that for the updates. I said last group that it would right now Creditor Academy is a corporation in itself, and I thought, well, I wanted to take a couple minutes before the start of each class to kind of just show you how I'm running Creditor Academy in the private. I think it'd be a great not only very informational, but also when you start your own businesses and your business trusts, you'll be able to operate in the private as well. And from last time when I started that, where I talked about leadership, every business is a leader. Being a leader is a huge responsibility. And when you have staff below you, it is especially people of different languages and cultures and across the waters and other countries, it is quite a task to manage such an operation. So the responsibility that comes with that, you have to be able to grab that by the horns, because running a business is like taking care of a child. It's a lot of nurturement. And today, so my lesson for today, just really quickly, what I'm going to be doing is for Creditor Academy is give you this latest update, not latest update. This was part of my establishment of Creditor Academy. Is I said that my private bank will be the fiduciary over my business trust of Creditor Academy. How did I do that? What did I do? How do you do that? And and my goal is to make everything simple and streamlined and straightforward, and just try to do most of the stuff to guide you guys in the right direction. Don't be scared by this. I'm here to make it a little bit more simple. If you want to start a business trust or a business, you need a business trust. What you're going to do is the first thing is you're going to go fill out an SS4 form, and you're going to do a business trust here in America. It's not going to be a foreign grantor trust, okay? You already have that with your private bank, but you're going to start a new trust, and you're going to do that through the SS4 form. I'm going to create a new file, and it's going to go in the Patrick Divine files. It's not going to be, it's going to be part of the whole series, the 1 through 42. I'm going to add Creditor Academy, and it's going to be the complete step-by-step guide how to run a business in the private. But the first step is I had to go online, get my SS4, get a business trust established. The second thing is you need, let me open this. You need to know how to run a business trust. A business trust manual is extremely beneficial for doing that. These documents that I have here, when I was first getting into learning about business trusts, I read American Jurisprudence on Business Trust, a complete guide. Well, it's not really a guide, it's just a complete history on all the case law on it. Then I read the Express Trust under the common law. Very great read. It distinguishes from partnerships and contrasts with corporations. Very, very wonderful read. And then finally, the Reinstatement of Law of Trust. This is kind of more of the codes and the history and the law books as it relates to it. Now, you can read those. You should read those. But honestly, at the end of the day, I like a manual. I like something where I can wake up in the morning, have my morning coffee, have a complete manual about how my business trust is supposed to be operated. And this one has done a really great job from there. This one is called the Unincorporated Business Organization and Irrevocable Trust Management Guide. This is, I would say, 64 pages. It's actually really, it's big lettering, so you go through it pretty quickly. But it basically just gives you the outline. This is what you need to do with your employees. This is how you need to do your meeting minutes each year. Here's the definitions of what you need to do. Here's the fiduciary responsibility and such as that. And it's a really great manual. Honestly, this is the main manual you would need to write that.
Can you say that again, please, Paul?
Operate that. I will put that in the file. It's going to be called Creditor Academy. You will have to purchase all of the Patrick Divine files to get the Creditor Academy file. Okay. In addition, for me having my manual, which is now part of my company manual, which I have as part of my policies and procedures, and I have the business trust, the SS4. The most important thing that makes a business trust or any corporation that you're starting is your indenture agreement. Your indenture agreement is the outline of how the operations and shares of your business are split up, and who the trustees are and who the responsible parties are and the fiduciaries and the like. I've seen many indenture agreements, and when I was running my international nonprofit organization, I had a lot of lawyers on staff, and I operated out of a business trust there. And I wanted a really ironclad business trust indenture agreement. So I had one custom made for my organization. What I did over the last couple of days is I removed a lot of my information and what was pertinent to my business at the time, and I just made a template. So now you can go in, you'll see the indenture agreement template. It is so detailed. I have never seen an indenture agreement more detailed than what my legal team has put together. That's why I don't recommend any others. Not to say that there's not others out there, but it's pretty in detailed. So as soon as you get your indenture agreement, all I did was go ahead and you have the choice. I mean, usually I just get a public notary to go ahead and stamp my indenture agreement. And with my business trust that I sent up, you know, if you want to look at it like the triangle, there's the grantor, there's the trustee, and then there's the beneficiaries. Okay. Let me ask you guys this, just a question to the class. Who do you think I named as the grantor of my trust?
Your private, oh, the grantor.
Grantor. Hmm?
The estate?
No.
I didn't. The Linkus?
The Incorporated Bank.
Nope. None of those.
The living man? I don't know.
Yeah.
God.
God.
Yourself.
It wouldn't be the. It wouldn't be the other trust.
Patrick Devine.
Patrick.
It wouldn't be the other
Hell
trust.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be? Wouldn't that just be a John Wick move right there?
It wouldn't be the other trust.
You
that
named
already
another
got set
bank.
up.
Okay, the answer is nobody. It's nobody. The grantor is private. No one gets to know who the grantor of your business trust is. That means that you're giving out the ownership or who owns the company, and that does not have to be disclosed. That's how BlackRock operates. That's how Vanguard operates. The only people that you see work for BlackRock and Vanguard that like own everything in the media and whatnot is you see the trustees. You see the trustees.
That's true, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I am the trustee of Creditor Academy. Okay. Now, who would be my beneficiaries of my private business, unincorporated business, irrevocable trust?
The members.
Who are the members?
We the people.
Your wife.
The customers?
Your employees?
No.
The trust.
Employees?
Nope. No.
Your family?
No. None of those.
Your private
It's my stockholders. It's my investors.
Okay.
Those are who I want to benefit. The ones that are investing in my organization or company, that's who I want to give back to. And that's who I take care of. You see, I can have multiple beneficiaries too. Go into my family and I can set it up to where my beneficiaries could be friends of mine even. But most importantly, I want to benefit my investors who are a part of my organization. And as the trustee, I have full rights and privileges to hire any staff that's required in order to manage that business trust in order to benefit my stockholders. Does that make sense?
Complete sense.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Paul, do you mind to name that book again?
What is that?
Do you mind to name the book, the last one you mentioned?
Oh yeah. It was this one. It was called A Unincorporated Business Organization and Irrevocable Trust Management Document. Again, when I put, if you purchase the full Patrick Devine files, I will have all this stuff in here. I wish somebody told me how to run a business trust from the beginning. That would have saved a lot of headache because everybody just told me go read 100 books. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's got to be a simpler way to do it. Yeah.
Thank you.
So anyways, again, I only want to spend like a few minutes at the beginning of each class just to kind of give you guys a rundown of how I'm running Creditor Academy. In the next course, I'll go into opening up a bank account. I already did that. It's super simple. I didn't record it. I know people record themselves when they go into it, but it's such not a big deal that you'll get the whole idea when I explain it to you next class. Okay, I have a lot of things that I want to dive into and something very special for today's class that I have not done before. But before I begin into that, I want to address one more thing. I wanted to ask, because I've had many consultations, who has submitted documents for discharge already? I want to see a show of hands on the side on who has submitted. Okay.
I think I have.
Good. 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 I'm going to wait a minute.
Paul, I did want to mention something, if that's okay. I sent off my non-UCC earlier this week, and I received it, but the post office didn't seal nor timestamp my seal. And on top of that, the mailman ripped off my green card and signed for me and left it in my mailbox. So I just wanted to remind everybody who hasn't done your non-UCC yet, make sure it's sealed and make sure the seals are stamped at the post office when you give that over to them, because that defeats the whole purpose if it comes back unsealed.
Totally.
And I was in shock. But yeah, just putting that out.
Thank you for sharing that. I do appreciate it. You know, this mail stuff having Okay, so there's about 15 of you that I saw raise your hand. How many of you, out of the 15, how many of you have received a response from the organization where you are trying to discharge or acquire a residence, a car, whatever it may be, or to discharge something? Okay. Hands up, hands up. Jasmine, you heard back?
No, not yet. I've been waiting.
My question is, for those have heard back from an organization that they're trying to discharge, or they heard back from a bank, they heard back from, you heard something. Who has raised your hand?
I know, I didn't.
Oh, your hand was up. Sorry. A. Davis.
Yes.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I tried several things. I tried the 1099As, trying to buy a car, and I did the coupons.
Okay, I talked about none of that. I'm talking about the SF30, the 1414, 1416, 1418, the non-UCC, your endorsement on the back. Did you do that process?
No, I just learned about it from you. I never heard about those before.
Okay, got you. So for the people that are following this process, by a show of hands, who has heard anything back?
Iris, can you please mute? Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Paul, I just
All right.
sent yesterday, so of course, no, I haven't heard anything back, but I did do everything that I'm supposed to do. I just didn't have the identification thing, but everything else I did sent. So I'm waiting to hear something back.
Got you. Okay, so I have about 50 people in my roster list, and you know what's going to happen? You're all going to start ticking down all at the same time. Where this happened and this happened. I just wanted to check, and because I deal live with whatever responses that you got. I've gotten responses before. It's not a big deal. There's many ways to address it. I was just curious as to if anybody had gotten anything in this particular class yet. Okay. So, like I said, we have a lot to get into today, but today is going to be a very special day. We have a lot to cover, and there's a lot of understanding that needs to be really processed for us to go into this next section, especially as we're preparing for the fourth and final class, where I'm going to go into more detail about the Treasury system and whatnot. Patrick Devine has done such an excellent job disseminating this information and organizing it with his documents. Unfortunately, since 8 years have gone by since people have really reviewed these documents and heard what he said about it, I thought in this particular class, we would listen to an audio that you can't find on YouTube, that you can't find anywhere else, about what Patrick Devine himself says about being an Article 4 public banker and about the Treasury system and how it's set up. Again, this hasn't been listened to in over 8 years. And I listened to it, and I was really moved by it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the audio, and I'm just going to step away, and I just want y'all to listen. And then we're going to talk about what he said in just a moment. Once again, the Patrick Divine.
In this country. Okay, and who is who? That's been the whole damn problem here all along. For the Constitution, it starts off, we the people. That means we're the owners of the country. We're the ones that set up the country, the nation. We set up the government. We gave the power to the government. We set up 3 branches of government in this country: the legislative, the executive, and the judicial system. There was a 4th branch of government, which was the Article 4 branch of government. And that was supposed to be the bankers of America. When you came of age, you were to be an estate owner, a banker. You were now fully banked as an owner of America. But you were a public banker in the process. That nobody exercised their public banking authority that they had per the 4th or the Article 4. So in 1913, after they set up, the Treasury had set up some stipulations and some protections in the process with the tariff tax in October 13th of 2013, prior to them coming about with the private Federal Reserve Bank to become the American Article 4 Bankers of America. But they're a private bank. They're the Article 4 Bankers of America right now. I was listening to several YouTubes over the weekend, and Becky, the woman on the Federal Reserve Board or whatever, stated that the Federal Reserve was the 4th branch of government. That's because the public hasn't shown up to claim under eminent domain their assets back. The Federal Reserve is holding all of our certificates, and they even talked about it in that YouTube. You can go into the YouTubes and do a search on the FMOC meetings and the Federal Reserve and listen to some of them. It's all right there. They're not lying. Right now, they are the Article 4 Bankers of America. That they're private bankers. And what is an eminent domain? It's where the public comes in and claims the property back from the private. The compensation that these private bankers will get will be that their debt is released. All the national debt is held by the private bankers out here. But we as the public bankers, after you get your individual banker's EIN, okay, as a non-profit banker, then you can claim all of your assets back. You will be able to continuously use your certificate of live birth as a claiming document. The Federal Reserve is holding all of the tariff taxes, all of the entitlement taxes that are out there. So all of your receipts that you have, you can take a copy of your birth certificate or your DD-214 and put it in as a claim using the 1047 form with the UCC Contract Trust Department to claim your funds back from the private banking system of this country. You can totally liquidate your certificate, DD-214 certificate, and your certificate of live birth, but you can still use them to claim entitlements as they come due. Your yearly entitlements that are being deposited into the Federal Reserve. You can turn around and basically after you transfer most of your assets back into the public treasury, you'll probably have something other than using your certificate of live birth or your DD-214 to draw out at that point in time using your private, non-interest bearing, not-for-profit individual bankers EIN. Right now, there's basically for those documents that I've put up there, there were 3 different ways to go about processing. You can settle a claim, an IRS claim, using accepted for value, both for the penalty envelopes and for the bills themselves, and send those into the UCC Contract Trust Department of the IRS, and those go to a special department in the IRS. That document stated that. Those are a claim discharge, an IRS claim discharging process. You would use the 1416, the 1418, the 1414, the 1430, or the SF30 along with that to modify the contract. Your bank accounts, you can take those in and process them in through the system. You could be able to do it right with your local bank. Take a copy of your account certificate and do it right back to the bank and say, hey, I want all my assets out of the account. You've been paying everything out of the performance bond. I want all my assets out of the payment bond. The performance bond is out there insured by the FDIC. That's what's been paying all your checks and everything you write. Then you get a non-interest bearing and a not-for-profit checking account. You don't get a savings account. You don't want any usury type accounts. You can turn around and take a copy of your certificate of live birth in and do an acceptance for value as a banker's acceptance. You're the banker after you get your individual banker's EIN. Take it into the branch manager or whatever and have them process it through the TT&L system, through the Federal Reserve Bank system, and draw out, say, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and put it into a non-interest bearing bank account. It's all right there if you can read. I don't know what you people have been doing since there was no call last week. You never recorded it. So I can't listen in to see whether you guys are on track or not, or whether you're just running amok again. The other one is basically you take your certificate of live birth, your DD-214, any other key government securities, and you send them in after you've done your non-UCC filing, and you do a banker's acceptance on them, accepted for value as a banker's acceptance for full value liquidation. And you send that into the UCC contract trust. That will go to another office of the IRS. Primarily either Cincinnati or Fresno, California. So really, you've got several different ways once you understand that you are the banker. You're the public banker under Article 4. The Federal Reserve is a private banker, and we can take and put an eminent domain claim against them. It's addressed in the Article 4. It's addressed in the 5th Amendment. It's addressed in the 14th Amendment. It's addressed in the Shipping Act. It's addressed in a whole bunch of different things out here. I've gone over most of these things with you before. I mean, this is utterly ridiculous that the people sit here and whine that we don't have anything. Now that I've exposed all this, it's sitting right here. I've been sort of laid up for the last 2 weeks, trying to go back and forth on my cancer treatments and everything. Trying to keep my head together, concentrating on this stuff. But it's all right there. Somebody by now should have taken one of those certificates of live birth down to the bank and cashed it in and said, hey, here I got proof. You got your EIN, banker's EIN. What more do you need? Do I know this works? Yes, I know this works. I put a copy of my DD-214 after I took and got it certified, deposited my original in with my county recorder's office, got a certified copy of it, took it up to my VA office, and put it on deposit. I ended up going over to the University Hospital. The VA transferred me over there. I was over there for about 4 days, got 3 pints of blood out of it. Total cost of about $65,000 before I walked out. I told him, hey, you just write it off against my DD-214 that's on file with the VA. I haven't got a bill. I get top-notch service when I go to the VA. Almost like front of the line service. Because something is marked on my account there that says it's fully paid for. Some of these veterans have to pay, they only have like 50% coverage. because they didn't do their paperwork right. That's one of the biggest problems out here. If you don't do your paperwork right, you ain't gonna get the right service that you want. So I don't know what more I can tell you about this process. But basically, when you come in, and then you stand in as a banker. Basically, does a banker have the right to carry a gun? Yes. He is fully protected by the 10 amendments. First 10 amendments, the Bill of Rights. Because he's a banker. He has certain powers to do. Like I said, the Bill of Rights was all a reiteration of the Fourth Amendment, or the Article 4 of the Constitution, about the bankers, the public bankers. The states did not have that prerogative. They could not be public bankers. Only the people could. But the state had other protections that were addressed in the process. If they stood in their sovereignty capacity, they could draw money out. But they could not lend the money that they drew out. That was the kicker with them. Where the people could. But you were not supposed to loan out for a profit. That's the way the system was set up. The problem is, most people in this country can't even figure out the simple Constitution out here and understand what it really says. They allow representatives to be in there more than one consecutive term, when it says you can't be an inhabitant of the office and run for the office at the same time. People can't read what the words say. I don't know whether things are going to be all that much better under Donald Trump or not. We can only hope. I could turn around and fix the whole DA system if I was put in charge of it. That's one of the offices that basically Donald Trump hasn't filled yet. But do I want it? No, I don't want to go to Washington, D.C. Nitwits out there in that damn sump hole. But there's other means to get this stuff out. If anybody wants to take this audio, and I'll put a better one up on to Tom or somebody there, if it's a little clearer, maybe, and basically post it onto a YouTube. State that this is the Article 4 public banking system of the country that is in opposition to the Federal Reserve banking system. But that's it. It's that simple. We basically have to come in and do an eminent domain claim and take from the 1913 private bankers that came in as Article 4 private bankers, take our assets back away from them. It's in the law. People just haven't gone about it the right way. We were damn close when we were doing our non-UCC. But you have to make your individual banker, your Article 4 public, non-profit individual banker, the secured party. Everybody in the Constitution is a fiction, except for we the people at the very beginning as the owners. That is the only non-fiction that is on that document. The president is a fiction. The senators are fictionary. Because they all have special protections when they're using their titles. Where a living person, when he uses his living title, he has no protections. He's naked. So there's several different ways to do accepted for value, but all your accepted for values are going to be bankers' acceptances under your Article 4, individual bankers, non-profit, non-interest bearing, EIN. That's it. The banks have to process those. It says right in that 3-page UCC endorsement or whatever establishment document that I posted up there. It says it right there. Break that down. There's several different items in that document. If need be, go out and get some real educated person and have them explain it to you. And all you need to do is get one of these things through, and then you've got the proof, and then you basically ought to be able to get that word out to more people out there. Getting that individual banker's EIN was not that damn hard. Yes. Okay, what's your question?
You need to be an Article 4 public banker. You need your individual banker's EIN, your estate EIN, your foreign grantor trust. You need your non-UCC 1 filing back to yourself. You need to do a banker's acceptance for value on your instruments. You need to operate in the Republic and invoke the Republic. Patrick Devine's final process is so powerful because it's so simple. that anybody can understand it. Once you have one success, all the others that you are in your endeavors in life will be the exact same way. This is why Patrick Devine is such a pivotal part of the truth movement. That individual banker's EIN number was the key to this liberation, and he put the final pieces together. Thank you for listening to that audio. Like I said, it's been 8 years since that's been brought about, but it was so powerful when I first heard it. And I wish it was out there when I first started doing my independent research on this subject. That eminent domain claim of our public assets is what we aim to accomplish as bankers. So we're going to cover the document that he was speaking about in that recording. There was a lot to break down there, and a lot of great stuff. But a lot of you were asking, hey, I want proof. I want to see it. I want to hear it. I want to know what's going on. There's no better person to get your confirmation from than the man that put together the system itself. And he didn't just talk about things. He was a doer. 5,560 documents worth of a doer. And all for the benefit for those who are willing to listen. So, moving on. Let's see, give me a moment. So I want to just quickly, because that was very high level, I want to keep it high level for simplicity reasons. And I want you to see this document again. I shared this before, which is the path to establishing a UCC contract trust A to Z. This was so simple and so straightforward. I will have a step-by-step course on this, but I do not want to inhibit you from making progress in your life if you want to be ahead of me. The path. This was written by Tom. Tom put it together. He was still writing stuff for Patrick Devine, and it's written, The Path to Establishing UCC Contract Trust A to Z. Note, this is a revision of the February 13, 2017 of the prior steps doc. This is the entire process except for tax forms W8 Ben and 1099 A, B, and C. We're still trying to get clarity on the need for these forms from Patrick. The latest revision 11 of the cover letter included is holding the IRS agents accountable for any possible alterations or additional forms needed. I personally am sending my package without IRS forms, and the humanitarian projects are optional. I have heard from several sources that they look favorably on humanitarians. In addition to the action group calls, I recommend listening to Patrick's call from mid-October through December 18th. There are also some more recent calls from January and February where Patrick has come on briefly that discuss the IRS forms, but without definite clarity. Do not send this package until you understand every word in the Treasury cover letter. Here are the steps. Step 1, get a copy of your certificate of live birth. You will be sending that one certified copy in a scanned copy, and the scanned copy will be the one you endorse, your banker's acceptance endorsement. Number 2, make a copy of it, front and back side of SS card. On one side of paper, you will endorse the back of this paper. See the provided endorsement stamp. Number 3, read, and understand establishing UCC contracts. Well, one that Patrick Devine wrote. Public-private trust, the one that Patrick Devine wrote. Article 4, eminent domain, and the monetary truth docs till you know them fluently, the ones Patrick Devine wrote. Go online to get your nonprofit EIN. This number will go on all of your future docs as applicable. Create your Article 4 American Public Citizen docs, proof of insurance, and ID. Mail both registered mail, one mailing to yourself. Create your non-UCC doc and mail it to yourself, registered mail. Fill out the GSA forms, it's GSA forms, SF30, 1414, 1416, 1418. Prepare your U.S. Treasury cover letter from the template provided. This document is explaining the process of what you are telling the IRS to the Treasury to do. And finally, mail package with cover letter per instructions on the establishing UCC doc. I included a picture of my badge. This will be in my wallet with my IDs. It is important to follow the steps. They're really simple ones. I've seen a lot of different steps over the years, you know, by different gurus and whatnot. That was very clear to me. That gave direction, that gave action, and it gave explanation very clearly on what it is that you're doing when you're establishing a UCC contract trust. Now I want to take a look at establishing a UCC contract trust. Did I just click on this? Yeah, I did. Here we are. This is the document that Patrick Devine wrote out for us. Let's go ahead and review. Establishing a UCC contract trust. The IRS were written by Patrick Devine.
Don't see it.
The IRS will use one or both of two types of accounts in processing negotiable debt instruments by way of the domestic financial institutions Treasury tax and loan account. Sometimes,
Paul Michael,
what's
don't
up?
See it. Don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it?
No,
I see it.
I see it.
I see it.
I see it.
I see
I
it.
see it.
I see it.
I see it.
I see it.
Oh, okay,
see
but
it.
I don't. This is first round private banker course 4.
Yeah, no problem. All right, cool. So continuing on. Sometimes referred to as the TT&L account, which is administered under the Technical Support Division, TSD, of the IRS through Chief of Special Procedure Handling at the Federal Reserve Regional Office, or through the UCC Contract Trust account, which is processed through the TT&L account and administered by the IRS Analysis and Control Division, also under the Technical Support Division of the IRS. The process begins when a secured party presents a negotiable debt instrument to the Secretary of Treasury with a copy of same stamped accepted for value, a banker's acceptance of charging instrument, presented for discharge of a debt. discharge of negotiable debt instrument. This copy of the negotiable debt instrument, stamped or diagonally endorsed by hand, is a banker's acceptance of debt and becomes ratification of commencement, a bona fide claim, eminent domain claim, of the action by the joinder to the substitution or subrogation of the real party in interest by claimants' persons in commerce. And such ratification, joinder, substitution, or subrogation shall have the same effect as if the action has been commenced in the name of the real party in interest. That cannot enter commerce. All UCC and bill of exchange documents are routed to IRS room 1120 on 1111 Constitutional Avenue Northwest, Washington, D.C. 2022-4, under the administration of, during that time, Felix Zeck. This is the Analysis and Control Division of the IRS. These documents are scrutinized by the Secret Service, the FBI, and the Justice Department. The Analysis and Control Division has stated that these are the designated as UCC contract trusts. The UCC contract trusts are distinct and separate from direct treasury accounts, which are used exclusively for trading in treasury bonds that are administered by the Bureau of Public Debt. Many of the UCC and Bill of Exchange documents received at 1500 Pennsylvania Avenue are misdirected to the Bureau of Public Debt. One major error is that many filers reference Treasury Direct or Direct Treasury accounts in their documents. At the Analysis and Control Division of the IRS building in District of Columbia, UCC contract trusts are processed and then routed to one of two IRS centers if it is to be used for discharge. For east of the Mississippi, they are routed to Cincinnati, Ohio. West of the river, they are sent to Fresno, California. Notices discharging IRS claims east of the Mississippi are also to be sent to Joseph Cohen, CSB, SPF of the IRS in District of Columbia. West of the river, they are to be sent to Gary Steer, WRM, SPF in Seattle, Washington. Current reports indicate that UCC files and paperwork are scrutinized by the Secret Service, the Justice Department, FBI, routed to the CID, then to the IRS Technical Support Division in the state from where the secured party initiated the discharge. Copies of these documents are also forwarded to the Department of Justice Tax Division in DC. Here are some important details regarding the administration and function of the Technical Support Division. Almost every financial institution connected with the Federal Reserve System has in its register or has contracted access to an IRS account known as a Treasury Tax and Loan Account, TT&L. The TT&L account in each financial institution is administered from the Technical Support Division office located in most state offices of the IRS. As a result of IRS internal reorganization, the Technical Support Manager, TSM, in each state divisional office of the IRS has been assigned the authority formally assigned to the district director. When a notice of levy or lien is presented to any financial institution by the IRS, usually by fax, the financial institution usually responds routinely by making a simple entry in their computer, transferring the assets from the depositor's account to the IRS TT&L account. transferring the assets from the depositor's account to the IRS TTNL account. The asset does not physically leave their office. A few financial institutions do not have TTNL accounts. They place a 21-day hold on the funds and then forward the amount demanded directly to the IRS. Discharging claims in the public sector, bank claims, and with the IRS through the UCC contract trust can be accomplished by the secured party with presentment of bonded, registered bill of exchange directly to the Secretary of the Treasury. When assessment or claim is made by the IRS or a federal or state taxing agency, the claim can be stamped accepted for value by the secured party and sent via certified or registered mail to the Secretary of the Treasury for discharge. See paragraph 3 below, beginning the number. These transactions all become bonded when they are processed through the Federal Reserve System and or Department of the Treasury. This action is documented and authorized through Public Policy HJR 192, Title 4, Section 401 of the Federal Reserve Act. The Supreme Court's confirmation of Guaranteed Trust of New York versus Henwood of 1939 and Public Law 73-10. Such action is further confirmed in USC Title 7, Title 28, Section 1641, 3002, and the Foreign Sovereignty Immunity Act. Those who properly file in their birth state or UCC region establish the distinct and separate identity of the secured party apart from the debtor or straw man. Presenting that filing along with the instruction order chargeback, the IRS 1040 ES form, and the accepted for value stamped birth certificate notifies the Secretary of the Treasury that the secured party is now established with a prior superior claim on all assets and liabilities of the debtor. The liabilities can then be presented to the Secretary of Treasury for processing and discharge through the UCC contract trust. A written, contracted, acknowledged claim received by the debtor strawman can be accepted for value by the secured party and discharged when properly presented through the Secretary of the Treasury to the UCC contract trust on file with the Analysis and Control Division of the IRS. That number, which becomes the UCC contract trust and the TTNL account, from a certified mail green card, the Form 3811. Again, the number is from the certified mail green card. Showing the date of acknowledgement provides the secured party and all other bankers or parties with evidence that the Secretary of the Treasury has received the documents. If there is no written dishonor or return after 15 calendar days from the certified mail receipt date, then the transaction is acknowledged as not dishonored and now stands as pre-approved. These documents become the notification forms of credit for the bank. It is during this 15-day period that the UCC contract trust account of the secured party is credited, and its equity is pre-approved for acceptance through the TTNL account. This credit steps in accord with the mandated by the Administrative Procedures Act at 5 USC 706. 15 calendar days from the date stamped on the green card returned from the Secretary of Treasury, the secured party or the claimant is authorized to tender copies of the following documents to process the bank. Number one, a copy of the returned certified mail receipt, a copy of the negotiable debt instrument, a stamped copy of the negotiable debt instrument, and in certain cases, a silver surety bond to be posted at the processing bank in accordance with CFR 31, Part 203, to a custodial deposit account. Upon the receipt of these documents, the bank is legally authorized to place a credit on its TTNL with the amount of the negotiable debt instrument, followed immediately by a debit to its TTNL account by the equal amount shown on the negotiable debt instrument. These credit debit transactions are initially unfounded at this point. However, they pave the way for the flow of equity from the secured parties UCC contract trust account through the TTNL account to the bank. 3 previously prepared identical packages of documents consisting of copies of a copy of the return certified mail receipt, the credit debit transactions, the stamped negotiable debt instrument, a copy of the negotiable debt instrument, and the silver surety bond, where applicable, for the 3 parties of interest. 1, the Secretary of Treasury. 2, the IRS Chief of Special Handling Procedures. And 3, Chief of Special Procedures handling at the Office of the Regional Administrator of the TTNL account in the bank's registry, and then mailed out by the processing bank. The bank transmits each package in a way that provides legal dated proof of receipt dates for each of the 3 document transmissions. On occasion, a 4th copy may be required to be sent to the Secretary of Transportation through Maritime Ministries Administration. 15 days after the last receipt comes in, credit from the UCC contract trust account already authorized by the Secretary and the Technical Support Division, funds flow through the TTNL to the bank's holding account. The bank will receive no written notice of credit. If there is no objection, rejection, or dishonor from any party at interest within 15 days after last receipt, then the credit that is already on the bank's ledger is authorized as approved and irreversibly funded. This is in accordance with and mandated by the Administrative Procedures Act at 5 U.S.C. 706, Federal Banking Regulations, the Supreme Court decision in Hallenbeck versus Lemart, and Erie and Clarefield's doctrine by congressional and presidential approval. The expiration of the hold period, equity is cleared and validated by electronic extraction from the secured party's UCC contract trust account. The bank must then promptly transfer this equity to the account of the claimant or that of the secured party for the intended purpose to discharge the claim, or place it into an investment account. The basis for this process is an obligation that the United States has bound itself to and provided statutory law supporting. The Supreme Court decision of Guaranteed Trust Co. of New York versus Henwood of 1939 proved that all of the above is in effect. Those in responsible positions at banks cannot lawfully deny, dishonor, or delay the processing of such valid negotiable debt instruments that are properly submitted for a legitimate purpose. Such negotiable debt instruments constitute valid legal tender. Observe that the process operates entirely under the purview of the Secretary of the Treasury and the Technical Support Division of the IRS. Neither the Bureau of Public Debt nor the United States Treasury itself is involved in any way, nor at any stage of this process. Also, bank alert notices referring to the Bureau of Public Debt of the United States Treasury do not apply to the UCC Contract Trust negotiable debt instrument. Therefore, banks cannot lawfully discriminate and deny the processing service of valid negotiable debt instruments to their depositors on the basis that they are not interested, not set up for it, unfamiliar with the processing of negotiable debt instruments, or the opinion that all negotiable debt instruments are the same. You see, they are licensed and bonded to do the job they are contracted to do. All is under contract law. Since 1933, the United States has accepted these non-cash accrual exchanges as a matter of law and equity. HJR 192, PL 48, 112, and 73-10 are still in effect. Other public policy directives and the Supreme Court decision, Guaranty Trust Co. of New York versus Henwood of 1939, show these negotiable debt instruments as public policy remedy for the removal of gold and silver coinage. Properly tendered negotiable debt instruments place subordinate public officials to the Secretary of the Treasury in a position where they must then legally acknowledge and accept the Secretary's authority and the validity of these instruments. Those in responsible positions at licensed financial institutions cannot lawfully deny, dishonor, or delay the processing of such valid negotiable debt instruments. Banks are private corporations, but they are also quasi-public as evidenced by their involvement with the FDIC, TT&L, tax accounts, government CDs, and operate under the authority of the federal banking regulations. Therefore, banks cannot lawfully discriminate and deny the processing service of negotiable debt instruments. Wow. That says it all. And sometimes it's a lot to digest, that a level of information. And that's why we need to work together to help information as powerful as this to be understandable to the layman. This is the entire process. After all my research, all my studying, all my hours of aggravating myself under which guru I should follow, establishing a UCC contract trust document was probably in conjunction with the basis of the Treasury system document, probably the most important find that I came across, and its simplicity when Patrick Devine wrote it. It is my goal to make that process understandable to the majority of people, and my job will be complete. There will be nothing more that you would need from me. There is nothing more that you would need from anybody else. You would have everything that you need and the status that you would need to have to operate in the private. Then all your days will be to extinguish yourself from the bondage of all of your UCC contract trust accounts that you have with the state and federal agencies. After you liquidate all of those bonds using the SF forms, the standard forms, SF 30, 1414, 1416, 1418, and the SF 1047, you will then be released from the shackles of this for-profit corporation that was instituted in 1913. All of your assets, insurances, bonds, and credit will be transferred to your private bank account, your individual banker's EIN. Once in that bank, under your control, there was nobody can touch it. It is now yours to live your life any way that you see best fit. This is the final process of Patrick Divine. It is so powerful. Many other gurus have copied a lot of this same information. Maybe they added a couple things to it, but the message of operating as a non-profit public banker, I think, was lost in a lot of the communications over time. For now, I want to have a call to action. If you find this channel and this information valuable, and more importantly, if you feel that you have a calling to help out in disseminating this information so that more of the layman can understand it much simpler without going through the aggravation that many of us have over years and years and years of research, then I ask you to help me create a flow chart for 2 documents. One is the one that we just read, the establishing a UCC contract trust. That flow chart will give kind of, the connections of the different departments that you need to work for, but really just give a snapshot to an average person of what that is. The second document is the basis of the Treasury system. We will not be reviewing that. We will be reviewing that on class number 4, as well as a couple other documents. I know I've been saying and I've been wanting to get to the 3949As and a bunch of other things. However, I just do not have the bandwidth or the time to cover that in this class as of now. But I need another flow chart for exactly that. And that flow chart it's very intense. I've started kind of a rough draft, but I need the help of all of these viewers that are watching and have such great support and admiration for Patrick Divine to go ahead and take the onus of responsibility upon yourself. Come be a part of Creditor Academy. Come see what we're doing. Come see how we're trying to honor Patrick Divine by operating in the private and not just disseminating the information, but actually acting upon it. I've been so honored to be able to have helped so many of you. And I want to continue to help, but I am not to be here forever. I'm only one teacher to guide you, to give you your foundational education, so then you can increase in your knowledge in any direction that you would like. Also, I'm not here to encourage any individual to become a PhD in this subject matter. I actually wouldn't recommend it. See, the world doesn't need PhDs in how to become free or sovereign or anything like that. What we need is more nurses. What we need is more people to fix our roads, to do construction projects, to do more humanitarian missions. And if you can access your unlimited credit in order to give back to the world and learn how to operate a business in the private after you do have such access, then I think we'll make a bigger and better difference in the world today than any of our predecessors could have ever done. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Again, we have our Facebook page put up, Creditor Academy. There, I'm going to post all the updates on how you can get to classes. I'm working overtime to get this done. Running a company is it's a lot of responsibility. As I said, I'm doing my best to keep up, but I need as much help as needed as possible. If you would like to apply or volunteer at Creditor Academy, please send an email to hr@creditoracademy.com. If you want the latest updates on what's going on with Creditor Academy, like how to access this live course and be a part of it, you can email creditoracademy@gmail.com. If you would like a consultation, right now it's Paul Michael at Creditor Academy. That will be changing as I will have other professors in my place. And then when we have the IDs and public forms and all that, but done by next week, then we'll have an email for that as well. I would like to spend the remainder of this class going over questions, comments, or clarifications over the material that we just went over today. I would like everybody right now to lower your hands. I know what you guys do. You know what you do is you raise your hand like an hour ago, and then you're just like, well, when he answers questions, my hand's already up. I want you to lower your hands, and then when I say go, then you can raise your hands. Lower your hands. One more. Ruby, lower your hand. Good. And ready, set, go. All right, let's start with Lemuel Hunt.
It's okay, Paul. Go ahead. Take the next person.
Okay. Peb 88. Pebe 88. No? Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. All right, let's go to Lovemore.
Hey, everybody.
Hey there.
Okay, I got a question here. Do I need to get more birth certificates, like 10 or 15, to send with each the packet? Or I got one already certified.
No, the first step is to completely understand establishing a UCC contract trust at so well that you can tell me that entire paper. That's your first step.
Okay, so I'm just waiting on the package when you have it available then.
Exactly. I mean, I'll do a step-by-step video. That's the easy part. Do not submit anything you cannot defend.
Gotcha.
That's the problem. That's why I'm doing a call to action for somebody on a PhD level, do a flow chart, submit it to me. Actually, if anybody does that, tell you what, I'll throw out an offer here. Anybody does that, I'll give you the ebook that we're creating for free. I will give you a free consultation. I'll give you a free ID card. I'll get you a whole packet for your non-UCC. We'll do all of your public identification documents and your insurance.
Well, daggone it. Might have to do that.
And we'll feature your flow chart in our ebook as well.
Wow.
Yep. That's what I'll do. Okay?
Well, that's nice.
If you want to submit that flow chart, I don't want to. I could just see DeCarla. Don't tell everybody to send it to HR at Creditor. That's where we got to send it, though. If you're going to create the flow chart, send it to HR@creditoracademy.com, and I will review. I will be grading them. So don't think that you're going to. I'm only choosing a few people. Because if you put in the work and the effort, I'll choose a few people. But if you're just going to send me a flow chart, I mean, these documents are like a couple pages. The basis for the treasury system is 6 pages long. Okay. So if you're giving me a flow chart that's only 1 page with barely any descriptions and stuff like that, that's an F. I'm looking for PhD level description, connections. And really what this homework assignment will do for you is it'll enhance your learning, your understanding of the treasury system and how to establish a UCC contract trust, as well as helping others to understand it as well. All right. Well, thank you for that. Let's go to James Pollard.
Hey, I just wanted to say, man, I done studied with a few people while I went over their information, but yours, I like the way you started this off, man. I really do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would like to give back to you because I've been studying this for some years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought I was the only one in the world that knew knew about it, I was walking around here like I was alone, man. I didn't, but I'm appreciated that it's coming out now. But I really appreciate the way you teaching it, man.
Absolutely.
It's simple. It's more simple than the way Patrick's teaching, because he used metaphorically the way he teach it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I appreciate it. And I like to help out, man, any way I can.
You're not alone.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, HR@creditoracademy.com. I need, a lot of help. I mean, running an international company, I need to at least 70 to 100 staff. And I have the experience of operating businesses that large. So I look forward to the challenge and the amazing people I get to meet with that. Thank you so much for that, James. I do appreciate it. Timothy, let's go to you.
Hello, everybody. First, I just want to say thank you, Paul Michael, for what you do there. And also with the whole business trust, that aspect, I'm very interested in that. I wanted to make a comment, and it kind of relates to that. A few years back, none of this stuff was on my radar. I was the whole patriot, all this left, I was total patriot. And this is what I want to say. I ran into a lady that was a customer of mine. She was a millionaire. Her husband's an attorney. I knew that. And I would go to her house. Anyway, I had mentioned to her that I was going to start a business, and she said, "Oh, Tim, I'm so happy for you. I want to help you." Well, then that kind of scared me, because I didn't want her to think I was after her money. I was just excited. So anyway, as we got to talking a little bit, the conversation ended by, "Well, I guess you just don't know what you don't know." Well, those words resonated in my mind. They just resonated in my mind, and it shook me. I got to thinking all this stuff. Then a few months later, I ended up just series of things. This stuff got on my radar. Well, in the very beginning, Patrick Devine was who I kind of like, oh man, there's something to this, but it was so confusing, and I knew it was so complex. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not organized. What do I do? I don't know. So I kind of moved on, and I was into all these other things, probably much like everybody else, And anyway, this you popping up was like, as it popped up, I just knew. I knew it was like, this is it. This is absolutely it. Anyway, I want to say something about. I messaged the lady. I messaged her back, and this was in November of 22. I had said to her, I said, "Well, Joanne, this is Tim K. Over the past year, I've been doing a lot of research on matters that were related to starting a business. In this time, I've uncovered much knowledge that honestly amazes me, that none of these things have been on my radar by 45 years on this planet. My wish is that you will honor your offer to help me, as you said before, and will schedule with me at your convenience a call to discuss these matters. I promise to respect your time and appreciate any assistance you will afford me." Your words, well, you don't know what you don't know.
Right. You have a question in there?
It was a comment, but that's okay. Thank you.
Okay. No problem. No problem, Timmy. I just have a lot of people to get through, but I do appreciate you saying that, brother. I mean, we're all on the same journey together. I'm happy to be on that journey with you. Yeah. Denise.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. The difference is, there a certain what do you call it? Non-UCC laws as opposed to, I mean, I know what the UCC laws are, but what are the non-UCC laws? Is that written out or just something we
Yes,
just
you need to review last class. I read all of the non-UCC laws.
Okay.
Yep, that's under the UCC 9.
Oh, the UCC 9.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful.
No
That's my
problem.
only question. Thank you.
All right, Pauline.
Quick question. I'm familiar with sending off a treasury packet using UCC 1 filing, but are we, because of the process we're following, using our foundational non-UCC to establish this contract trust?
You use your filing state non-UCC. Or
non-UCC.
No, UCC, excuse me. Yeah. And that's why establishing a UCC contract trust, he says, the state of which that you reside in is where you do your UCC filing.
And are we sending both the non-UCC and the UCC that we filed through the state?
No, you're reading the establishing UCC contract trust and fully understanding the whole process. And then I'll put together a step-by-step video. That's why I want you guys to, this is only one time you have to learn this in your whole life. Only one time.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell a bunch of people about this, and you need to know it like the back of your hand. That's why I promote education on it, and for you to defend what you're doing. Not just so then you can't ask me a question or anything like that if you do have one, but you just need to sit down, do that flow chart, be part of the homework assignment people who are going to do that flow chart, and it's really for your benefit more than anything.
Will do. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. Let's go to Lisa Michelle.
Hello, Paul. So quick question. Do you know when, I know you're establishing your business, do you know when it'll be available to get the badges and other things that we may need?
Next week, 100%.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I wanted an in-house badge making, all of that. I said, I don't want to go outside vendors. So anytime I build a company, I'm just like, hey, less being out and more in-house, and it just moves way more efficiently.
It does. That's the right way.
Yeah. And if you want updates on that, again, go to Creditor Academy Facebook page. I will update all of those stuff. And not only that, but I have my staff to get enrollments for classes, for them to take your orders, to tell you where to go and all of that. The Facebook page is going to be a big one. I'm really excited for it.
I'm not on Facebook, but you just might get me to join.
Cool deal. No worries. I'll open up another one some other day. I just got to start somewhere. All right. Master Shay.
Hi, Paul.
Hi.
I just wanted to say something really quick. Patrick was talking about the live birth certificate. For anyone on this call that wasn't born here, we can use our certificate of naturalization.
Correct.
So how
yeah. Just because a lot of us that are not born here get a little stressed out when you guys only ever talk about, birth certificates and stuff. Yeah. And also, if you're looking for customer service people or people to, I wanna do that for you.
Fantastic. Please send your resume over to hr@creditoracademy.com. We'd love to have you.
I'm sorry, that's my case, but I wasn't born in this country, right?
Oh.
But okay, I'm gonna tell you a story. I came legally, right? I went to prison, and then they got my resident card. So I still have my social security and all that stuff. So how would I do that?
Are you trying to operate in the United States or the country that you're residing in now?
No, in the United States. I'm living in the United States.
Oh, you're living in the United States.
Yes,
then
yes.
Do the same process everybody else is doing.
But since I don't have a birth certificate here.
What do you? Oh, you have your naturalization paperwork?
I don't think so.
You have
I have my resident card, and it was taken from me from immigration when I got out of prison.
Got you.
I still got my social though.
Here's the thing: you're the owner of those documents. Go to the Secretary of State, request those documents to be released over to you, and they will give it to you. You can check with. Well, you won't check with the Bureau of Vital Statistics. Yeah, you'll have to go to the State Department for that.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be the way to go. All right, let's go to Daryl Allen. Oh, actually, really quickly, I saw a comment that's really quick. Hold on. FOIA, a FOIA request. That would get, yeah, there you go. Do a FOIA request on yourself, and you can get that information as well. Okay.
Do it through the USCIS too. They have a FOIA request portal. You can
Yes, yes, they do. They do. Good suggestion. Absolutely. Okay. Daryl Allen. Daryl Allen. Nope. Okay, Jane Owens. Jane.
Yeah, sorry, I
No
just
problem.
tried to
Totally
unmute
get you.
myself. So I have the stupid question that I've asked before. Couple people have asked, and that is, if you're trying to figure out what your account, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go on.
So your account number basically is your EIN number for each one of these various accounts. Am I back? Is it doing backdrafting or? Okay,
No,
but then what is
Timothy's
a routing
unmuted if he
number?
can mute himself.
Okay, what's the routing
The
number?
routing number for
If
your
you- if
savings
you-
or your checking?
Yeah. For these three different checking accounts that you basically have that are set up with your
No,
EINs.
that's not a check. A checking is different than a savings account. Yeah.
Okay. So the checking account is just your individual.
No. That's your
Okay.
account number. Your checking account is your estate number. Your savings account is your foreign grantor trust. The way to remember that is the estate is the body. It's the body goes out into the world to do good works in the world, and it feeds the spirit when you do that. Your spirit is your foreign grantor trust. It's your savings account. It saves, it holds that spirit of goodwill towards men, and that's how that goes. And then your individual banker EIN is the Godhead. That is the marriage between the body and the spirit is all through the Godhead.
But each one of these EINs are actually account numbers?
No.
Okay.
You got a checking account number, that's 9 digits. You got a
Okay.
savings account number, that's 9 digits. You have an account number, that's 9 digits. Your estate EIN is your checking. Your foreign grantor trust EIN is your savings. Your individual banker's EIN is your account number.
Okay.
That's all housed. Mhm.
Okay, I'll listen to that about 8 times and then maybe it'll make sense.
No
All
problem.
right, thanks.
No problem. All right, Kai William Rex. Hi. Kai. Oh, I see you, but I don't hear you. You gotta unmute. Can you unmute? Can I unmute you? I can't unmute you. I'm sorry. All right, Yen Lee.
I'm gonna ask a very simple question first.
Mm-hmm.
When I do the UCC, non-UCC mailing, I did insured my register mail. Is it okay that I insure the register mail?
Yeah,
Or-
register mail. Absolutely. Not certified, registered.
Yeah, register mail with the $100 insurance. I did that. So whether that is okay with that or not.
Yeah, totally fine. I mean, if you want to do $50,000 worth and pay a god-awful high amount of insurance on that, you're more than welcome to, but it's not necessary.
I believe it's already insured, registered mail for a specific amount, and then you can add additional insurance depending on the value of the declared value. But yeah, either way, it's fine.
Absolutely.
One other quick question is since I'm a Korean American, but I like to do translate it into Korean some point in our Patrick's document so that my people in America they can take advantage of this system. So how I gonna help that?
I love that question. The answer that I'm about to give you is what I want to tell everybody who's international. If you want remedy doing this process in your country, you need to do 2 things. Number 1, you need to look at the American filer reference data that's on the non-UCC one. Okay. Once you look at that filer reference data, you're going to see a bunch of codes that we wrote in, like you know, the 14th and 10th Amendment, 15 USC Section 1 and 2, the Expatriation Act, HJR 192, Article 4, UCC 9, and so on. You find the equivalents in your country. That's how you go under your republic jurisdiction to operate. If you want to use the GSA forms, like the SF30, 14, 14, 14, 16, 14, 18, your country has an equivalent form. It does. And you can use those equivalent forms where you find one. You got to basically look up the performance and the payment bond, non-construction performance and payment bond, and find the consent of surety documents and similar ones. It's going to have a different number. It's probably going to have a different organization. Every country is a little bit different, but you can do that. If you don't want to do any of that, read the establishing a UCC contract trust document and do a banker's acceptance for value after you transfer it from the TT&L department. So there's a lot of ways you can do this. So there's not just one. Okay, let's go to Lance Hagen.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can.
Hi. Well, thank you for all you do, man. That's great.
Cool.
Could I ask a question, and then I have another one? Where's the Social Security number fall in? You got the EINs, we got the we got the Godhead, the body, the spirit. The Social Security number, is that hidden inside the estate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
As for stamps, do we just print that, or do you have some available, or do we order them? The foreign.
Which stamps are you referring to?
Well, the banker's acceptance. I see that in, you know, they have certain criteria for them. I wondered if you had the stamps or if you.
Oh, so you mean like the what you put on the back? I mean, I have a template. Patrick Devine put a template for that. So yeah, you can handwrite it even.
I've looked it up online. It has to be a certain width and everything, at least for the banker's acceptances.
No, I got clumsy hands, and even when I write my banker's acceptance, it's like just real quick. As long as they can read it, it's pretty much fine.
Oh, okay, cool. Can I ask you one more question?
Go for it.
Certificate of birth is all I have. I'm in Minnesota. I was just looking it up. Now I can go out and get a non-certified copy of my birth record, which would actually be the live birth. I'm wondering. See, the one certificate of vital record that was created after I was born, and this is in Minnesota, the whole state. So now non-certified copies, half price, and that states the live details. Are you familiar with any of this? Does it need?
Are you requesting a legal form of the certificate of live birth?
We don't have a certificate of live birth in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think it's Minnesota and Pennsylvania. Y'all got a different thing associated with that. So what do you have available?
For half price, I can get a non-certified copy that states the birth weight, date, and everything. That's kind of what I'm thinking is a live.
Yeah, that's literally what a certificate of live birth really is. It's just a record that you are the living and you were born, and you know, also a ward of the state, so to speak. So
it's not certified though. See. It's non-certified, so they I don't know what they're doing. I'm wondering if I should get all this
certified.
That's what I'm wondering. If I should get it what do you call it, apostilled or something?
Yeah, you can get apostilled. You can go to probably just go to this your local state department and get it notarized by the state.
That with other birth certificate, or what are you thinking?
If you only got one, that's the only one you got to work with.
Right. Well, I'm thinking of making 2 copies. Is what I'm saying. I wonder if I
10 of them. Sure.
I'm wondering if I should take them both together because they're 2 different documents. And
yeah, go for it. Now, you know, more the merrier. It doesn't hurt. You know, and these are the things you kind of got to think about. I always, just by default, I assume whoever I'm communicating with, whether it's a bank, a government entity, or whatever, that they're not going to know what I'm talking about. So I put in as much detail in my documentation and cover every angle for any situation, so then I cannot be denied or be questioned about what my intentions are or anything like that. I even submit the UCC 9 laws with a lot of my documentation as well, so then they know what laws I'm referencing and referring to.
I mean, I don't want to belabor it, but the certificate of vital record, would that be my letter of credit? That's kind of what I'm, because the one's not certified and the one is.
They're all letters of credit. Your certificate of title to your vehicle is a letter of credit. Your certificate to that property is a letter of credit. The account on your driver's license, another letter of credit, because they all got credit and bonds and insurances written against them.
Well, how about the non-certified copy then? Is it worth even?
Yeah, yeah, it's issued by your state, and you just what it is when you get a copy, it is you just want it to show that it's authentic, that it was a public official that certifies that this is a true and original copy.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's really about it. Okay, let's go to A. Davis.
Okay, just unmuted. I was born in Italy, but naturalized in Georgia. And I've called the Secretary of State Department to get certified copies of my naturalization certificate. I have the original, but I can't get anybody. I keep leaving messages. I even got to send an email, tell them what I want.
You don't have to do any of that. You have the original, you said?
Yes.
Go get a certified copy. Go to, your State Department or your local notary and be like, hey, I made a copy of this. Can you certify it that this is the original? And they're like, yeah, sure. And as soon as they stamp it that it's a certified copy, you're good to go.
Well, see, I heard you had to go to the state where you were naturalized or born.
Yeah, you got the original, though. If you got the original, you're good. Like,
okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go to
Also,
Derek.
the courthouse will do it for her too.
Courthouse would do it for you. You're absolutely right about that. Jared Cobb.
But on the notification is standing that you're not allowed to make a copy.
Iris, are you on? Is your hand raised?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No problem. Derek Cobb.
Actually, one of the group chat just answered my question about the live birth certificate. Can you hear me?
Derek. No? Oh, okay. In the know, Paul Spence.
Yeah, hey, thanks a lot for my question. Just a clarification, do we need to set up a non-interest bearing checking account with any of those EINs?
Yeah, you already did it by establishing the EIN. It is a non-interest bearing account because it's because your private bank's the fiduciary over it.
But I don't need to go down to Bank of America or somewhere to set up a bank. That's what I just want to get clarification. A lot of people I'm a little confused on that. And so I've got all my numbers and everything ready to go. My non-UC's been in the mail. So I just need my IDs then ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. If you come to the next class, like I said, I'm operating Creditor Academy as a private business trust, and I went to the bank, and I'll just tell you how it went and how to do it, and it's really not that difficult. If you want to do it with a commercial bank, you don't have to. Although I like doing things just to kind of have a spread of everything, you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll cover that in the next meeting. I'll cover it at the very beginning, how to get a non-interest bearing checking account at a commercial bank.
With one of the numbers that we've got, one of the EINs.
With your business trust.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go to Kenny.
Hey, Paul.
Hey.
Okay, so when it comes to mailing everything, each mailing, we're only mailing one document in each envelope.
Yep, a copy.
Yeah, the copies. And that would be the non-UCC, the insurance, the proof of ID. And is that it?
Transfer by deed.
Transfer by deed. There we go. And all those are going register mail to ourselves.
That's it.
Right on. That's all I had.
Cool. All right, let's go to Ruby Sun.
Oh, greetings, Paul. I was just wondering because I collected some audios previously. What was the title for the audio you played at the beginning?
Oh, you mean of Patrick Devine?
Yes.
I haven't posted that, but let me tell you something. I'm glad you brought that up. So here's my plan of action, okay? I want to get you all access to the Patrick Devine final process. I literally just had a meeting about this morning, actually, and I've been talking about it. I just need to get on the ball. What I'm going to do is every week I'm going to post the Patrick Devine final process in reverse. In reverse. What I wish, what my intention is to do the very last video or audio that Patrick Devine ever had, and then just go sequentially in reverse from there. Then when I hit a certain point in the audios where it's kind of the beginning of the final process, I'll kind of stop it there. I might, because I'm still deciding what audio I may start or stop it at. Once I get to that last one, that's going to be in a playlist. And that playlist is going to say Patrick Devine final process. So, and then I will keep on posting all the other videos in sequential reverse order, but that will be on a separate playlist. If you want education on it or listen to it, then you can. What's taking me some time is that for every video, I want to do it right this time. How many of y'all watched a Patrick Devine audio and said, how do I get access to those documents that are in the picture of the video and that for me to download and actually do the process?
Yep.
Right? What do you mean? Nice to just click a button and be like, oh, I don't have to take my phone and scroll in and what does that say?
Right.
All right, so I'm just gonna keep it simple. I mean, I already gave y'all 37 through 42. Anybody can get it of those files of the final process, and it's some digging. I just want to organize it a little bit more, and it won't be that big of a deal.
No, that's fine. And then my second question on that, and if you're familiar, cool. If not, that's cool too. When he was referencing being elected for office, but then needing to assign someone to the office, do you know if he was referring to the Article 2 versus the Article 6 oath?
What
in the
Patrick Devine was
Constitution?
saying about?
Yes.
Okay. When he was talking about the office, he was talking about the Constitution and what it means to be a public official. If you're in office, you cannot run for the office while you're holding office. So when you see a president and he's running for a second term, according to the Constitution, you're not allowed to do that. You have to be out of office to run for office. And and what that does, and brilliant by the Constitution for having that prevents 40-year-long senators that never get out with their terms. So now
Thank you.
Yeah, they leave and do that. So yeah, so that's why he said that. And then yeah, so that's that. Well, thank you. All right, let's go to Lemuel Hunt. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm
I
here.
said no.
Yeah, you remember you could call me L. So I got
L,
two
right,
questions.
right.
Real quick. How do we protect our entities against FinCEN and the World Health organizations that seems to be toppling constitutions?
You got to liquidate all your bonds.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what's holding you. That's why we register mail these documents. You see, when we register mail a document with the State Department, or for the certificate of title to our vehicle or house, we're abandoning that property. And so by abandonment, we become the tenant or the leasee or the releasor of that property, and we don't have actual ownership over it. If you don't own it, you have to then pay fees and taxes to the owner of that property to any matter or measure that they request of you. So what you do is you liquidate the bond. Now your bondage with that institution is now not insured anymore. It's like having a public official that's trampling on your rights. You don't go after the person, you go after the license. Once you liquidate that public servant's license, now they're not bonded and insured anymore. When they're not bonded and insured anymore, they have no protections, and now you can sue them and take all of their benefits, savings, and access their credit trusts that they have in public office, and then that's how they get removed from office.
Okay.
Yeah.
This leads me to my second question.
Mm-hmm.
I have all the EINs. I have my non-UCC.
Oh.
I already have a UCC with an addendum holding billions and with QSIPs for my birth certificate and my social.
All right.
On the public side, my UCC one has LLC as the secured party, but on my non-UCC, which you showed us, I have the individual bank as the secured party. I'm going to take the individual banker and make him the secured party in the public as well. I'm asking.
Oh yeah. So for all UCC ones, your individual banker owns everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so the credits that I have on my addendum, I don't know how to access them. I have affidavits, I have everything. It's with T. Rowe Price. I have everything.
Yeah.
How do I now take that and bring that into my international bank?
You know, that's funny you should say that. I just had like 4 consultations this last week. And they're like, oh, Michael, I got millions and millions and billions and trillions of bonds. How do I use it now that I got it? And I was
Right.
like, what a funny world we live in. Guys, there's bonds all around you. Okay. There's bonds in every UCC contract trust that you have. There are so many bonds, hundreds in his Patrick Devine, as he pointed out in his, I forgot which document I was reading last time. But there are hundreds of bonds, and they're worth millions and millions of, it's a full-time job to liquidate them. I would focus on those. Now, your UCC addendum, that's used to make a claim or a lien on certain assets that you're either already acquired or want to acquire. Like, for example, when we did our UCC1 filing, and you read in this collateral section, it doesn't say nothing about your VIN number or title to the property, you know?
Right.
That's what the addendum's for, is for you to put a lien as the secured party over the assets that you want to acquire or you already own. And then from there, when you own it now or have a priority lien over it, now you can instruct what you want done. The first instruction you should do is to liquidate the bond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And just to be clear, the international bank is going on my UCC1 secured party, replacing the LLC.
Yes, I've seen so many people do LLCs and corporations as the secured party. That's not what you want to do.
Okay, because that's why I was worried about FinCEN, because they're forcing you to register everything. But this will help me out. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely, no problem. If you want to do a corporation, do like what I'm doing with Creditor Academy. I created my own business trust. I already have a corporation. It's its own business trust, and it's going to operate like an S corporation. My protections and my tax benefits are going to be they're going to be crazy great as long as I have a good accountant.
I have a living trust, but can't get the account open. Just figured out was because I didn't have proof of funds. But the private wealth manager told me to take the living trust and put it in the business trust. So I'm gonna consult with you. I yield.
Hey, sounds good. Sounds good. Look forward to it, my friend. All right, let's go to Pilot Pete. Oh, let's go to Iris Kiana.
Aloha, it's me. It's Kia Aina.
Kia Aina. My bad, girl. I didn't mean to do that to you.
Try. Yeah. Thank you so much for everything you're doing. But I really appreciate it. So coming back to the naturalization, I'm sorry that I jumped into it before without raising my hand. So I only have my certificate of naturalization on which stands that it is punishable to make prints or photocopies of this certificate.
Yeah, you'll make copies of it. You have the original, you said?
Yeah, but it stands on it that it is punishable by U.S. law to copy, print, or photograph the certificate without lawful authority.
Yeah, have a public official do it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're right. What happens if, son, daughter, cousin, friend, ex-lover or something like that takes it, copies it, and tries to, utilize your account? I mean, yeah, that would be fraud in the highest.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, let the public official copy and certify it for you. Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Not a problem, Iris. Let's go to Brian Dunlap.
Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Doing well, man.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I was checking out Patrick Devine, and I was seeing how he was doing the like loaning money with your straw man and Esquire thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? But what I did was I did a loan for my estate EIN, for my my decedent with a social security number. I just put it to the estate, and I was trying to figure out how could I either deposit it with my EIN or how I could cash that from the IRS, the Treasury sending me a check from that.
Okay, are you trying to get a receipt, or trying to get reimbursed for credits for money that you already spent? Or are you trying to offset a debt, or are you trying to get assets or funds sent to you?
Yeah, I'm trying to get assets like through the Strawman and Social Security account. That's what I did. I already did the fiduciary. I did the 1041 voucher. I did 1099A, and what else? I think I sent all that.
My simple answer is you're doing a completely different process.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you're doing a complete, bro. That's totally different process. And this is why, if you're going to do another process and you're going to submit stuff, understand what it is that you're doing when you submit these documents. But that's fine. Just read establishing a UCC contract trust. Dude, you're done. Like, that's why I say you get the basis of the Treasury system and establishing a UCC contract trust, just those two documents, you're gold, man. You're gold. That's why I would just sit, and that's only, what is that? It's 6 pages for the basis of the Treasury document. And then the one that we just read, the established, that's only 3 pages. So you're telling me 6, 7, 8, 9, I can't count, 9 pages of documents for you to just put the whole system together.
Yeah, because I did. I got the bank, I got the foreign trust, and I got the estate.
But you did not read those 9 documents and sink it into your mind of understanding and repeat it. That's what you need to do. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Keep it
What's
simple.
The UCC trust document?
And the basis of the Treasury structure document.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And after you do a flow chart, join the rest of the class. I'm going to get a bunch of people who are going to do this flow chart. I'm going to choose the best one. I'm going to put it into my ebook. It's going to be amazing. Whoever takes on that challenge, I will be very critical of it, but it's for your benefit to understand those 2 documents. It's really free. And that's it, man. That's the whole game. I mean, if someone would have told me years ago, just read these pages, Paul Michael, and you're done, I would have said, get out.
Yeah. Like I said,
I would have slapped my mama to get that information. I'm like,
For
what?
sure.
You know, this headache I got from all. Anyways, I'm being over dramatic now, but
But yeah.
yeah, it's seriously a super good one. But anyways, thank you for that,
Well,
Brian.
I appreciate it, Paul. Thanks for your time, man. Thanks for everything you're doing, my brother.
Yeah, right.
All right, dude.
Appreciate it. Sorry, Mama, about that, by the way. But let's go to Cape Battle.
Hi, could you leave the live open like you did last time when you left the call?
Yeah, that's
Thank
fine.
you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Let's go to someone I haven't heard. Leon Broadwater.
Hey, Paul, I'm over here reading some of these classmates, their experience with trying to discharge or, I guess, trying to liquidate some of their bonds. And what I haven't heard, I guess, is probably like, how do you deal with it when they close your account or something like that?
They're going to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
It just is what it is. Yeah. And but you know what your defense is?
What's that?
Reporting them to the Treasury Inspector General and the CID. But honestly, that's why you should be asking for a lot, man. And choose your battles. If you are just like, you know what, I'm going to do a process with my bank to set off my mortgage and to liquidate my bond for $10 million, let's say, that you choose, right? And they close your account but give you what you want. What do you care at all as long as you got what you were looking for? That's how I see it. Yeah. I'll go right across the street to another bank and be like, here you go. Deposit this, please. Oh, why don't you do it at the other bank? Yeah, they don't like me anymore. Oh, well. Well, what would you like to do? You're like, I want you to create another bond so I can liquidate it so you can close my account. Don't do that, though. Don't do that. You're trying to break free, so I don't encourage that. All right. Let's go to, all right, I got 3 of the same people. All right, these will be my last ones, and then I'm gonna do the breakaway. Let's do Love More.
Hey, Paul, one more question.
Mm-hmm.
The package,
yeah,
will it be affordable?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm the most affordable. You know what's happening is y'all are paying a god-awful amount of money to sit with me for a consultation to talk about something as simple as an EIN, and establish that. So what I'm doing is with my professors is I just said, this is what we're going to do. In order to make this cost effective for all the community and to get the information, we're not going to do one-on-one consultations. We're doing groups. So now we get a group of people. We do a couple bucks each person. You're all in there. You can ask the professor as many questions as you want, and the professor is going to teach you from the ebook that I created. So it's going to give a full description on why you're getting this EIN number, why you're doing it the way that you're supposed to do, yada, yada. Again, according to Pact to Divine, this is not legal advice. This is entertainment purposes only. But, so, and then if you're just like, you know what? Wow, this is great. Now I have an ebook as a reference. And if I want to talk to a professor to get my questions asked, I could go to a group class. And then after the group class, I'm going to have one of my representatives come in at the end, and they're going to say, hey, what process are you on? You want me to register? They're like a concierge. They're going to say, okay, what process are you on? Do you want to sign up for this class, to get more clarification on the next section of the ebook? Do you want to, let me get you signed up with a group so then you have a good community. Oh, you're in Oregon? Okay, cool. Well, we got an Oregon group that started on the Creditor Academy Facebook page. Let's get you connected. My concierge is there to kind of facilitate the growth of your learning and to make sure that process-wise you're falling in order. But no, it's not my intention to nickel and dime everybody. Man, that's why I'm giving it for free. That's why I gave y'all the final process for free. That's why I did these classes for free. And so many more. So it's only because of people's time that they're investing into you guys that, we're going to have another group class and it'll cost some funds. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm calling on people I haven't heard from now. Rhonda Poindexter. I like that one.
Okay, yes. How are you? Thanks so much for taking my question. I'm doing the window sticker.
Oh.
And I wanted to know, the UCC shadow employee is the all caps name. Is that correct? Because that's the way it is on the template. I just want to make sure before I send it out.
Yeah.
And then the per UCC EIN number would be the banking EIN number.
Put it in context for me.
Under the shadow employee.
I know that's at the
caps
bottom. That's at the bottom how you sign and all that. But like, you need to put it into context for me and really read it as like, hey, what is this? What EIN number is asking for? You know, if you're looking at the window sticker ticket, it's probably you're dealing with or Patrick was dealing with Ford Motor Company. So is it the EIN number for Ford Motor Company, or is it your individual banker's EIN? Again, there's so many documents. I got to look at it in context, but there should be like a VIN number after that and the amount after that. So just use deductive reasoning and you should be good to go.
Okay, because they do have the, I see the Foreign Grantors Trust EIN person there. So I have that number there in the body of the document, but at the end of the document is where it says the per UCC EIN account, and then it has the EIN number there.
Yeah, I got to look at that, but I will. Well, I'll have to look at it. I just don't have a good enough answer without seeing it in context.
Okay, thanks so much.
No problem. Okay. I hope I answered a lot of your guys' questions today. I want to thank you all for showing up. And thank you for listening to Patrick Devine today. I mean, I love that, and I'm going to do that more in the future. So then when I have my talking points, I have someone to reference to. I really want to interact with all of you much, much more. So I really encourage you all to go ahead, leave your comments and your posts over to our new Facebook page that we have called Creditor Academy. It's private, so you'll have to, click to join, and then we'll review it. But we review every day, and our purpose is to get you connected with other like-minded individuals, as well as to give you a free space for you to talk about any subject that you want without feeling like you have to censor yourself. It's going to be a safe space. I'm going to love it to see your guys' documents, your processes, your success stories. I'm already hearing success stories almost every single day from people doing different things. So, and I love that. That just gives me further encouragement. I want to thank you for coming to Creditor Academy. Our next class is next week, Tuesday, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to get access to this class, please email creditoracademy@gmail.com. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the final class number 4 of Patrick Devine's final process.
You're the man, Paul.
Hey.
You're the man.
All right, y'all. I'm going to...
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
No worries. I'm going to stop record. I know you guys want to hang out in here, so let me stop recording.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Paul. Manage the streaming. I think I can stop streaming. Okay.